everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of JJ's Rainbow Rumble. Ooh, always with the face, always with that. Oh, I got it. I got her.
What?
See, ping. It is I, the Rev Dude, being the producer on this one. I get to just sit off to the right and do nothing. It'll be fun for me. Woo! As always, you have the star of the show, JJ, and her Gecko with no name, still Sister Selena, and Vile. Can you help me name this guy? Hair flip.
Hey, that's only my thing.
He showed up with a tie on. What a G, this guy. And, as always, superstar of the universe, Shannon Levangie Jr., a.k.a. Shanny. Not wearing a tie today, but, still looks pretty nice. And especially for today, wearing his Gunnar Moody t-shirt, we have Gunnar Moody Jr., I guess? I don't know. How else do you put that? So, awesome. Those are our little friends for today. And joining us on the podcast, our very good friend, the actual human version, one half of the Lucky Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Gunnar Moody. Gunnar, thank you for being here today, my friend.
Thank you for having me, Chris, and little JJ, and all the stuff friends. I got mine right here.
Boom. He's got the LPW hat on, I see.
Appa's a little bit of a Lucky
rep
Pro
the set,
fan.
right? Yeah, those guys seem pretty cool, to be fair. So we'll have to get down there one of these days.
April 10th is the next show if you want to make it, guys.
April 10th? All right, I'll mark that down. I am making preparations, as I will be in Las Vegas for a week for WrestleMania, and stopping by some people that even, the both of us would actually know. It's going to be pretty, or I should say the three of us would know at WrestleCon. So it's going to be the first time I'm going to WrestleCon, and I've had the privilege of talking to somebody like Julie Cutler or Ben Bishop long before I ever got there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So April 10th, perfect. We'll be able to see more wrestling before I go out of town, kid. All right, so you got your first question there?
Who were your favorite wrestlers growing up?
So growing up, I was a big Undertaker guy. Without the Undertaker, I wouldn't be sitting here as a half of a tag team champion. Obviously, you got guys like Stone Cold. I was a big Jeff Hardy kid growing up. Cena, Batista. Man, Triple H. I started watching around 05, 06. So I had all that time to see some of the tail ends of some guys' careers and then the start of other guys. So you name it, I watched them all. But yeah, the ones that I've named are definitely were my go-tos as a kid.
So that's like SmackDown, right? Mostly SmackDown.
I was a big SmackDown kid, yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Those are some great names, and that era of SmackDown is pretty phenomenal to be exact, and it makes sense to say phenomenal anyways because you got the AJ style.
What was your first match, and were you nervous?
My first match? So that's kind of like a two-part question, to be honest with you. So my first official match as Gunnar was against Owen Brody at APW. That stands for Atlantic Pro Wrestling. And yes, I was super nervous because it's somebody that I've known for a couple of years when I was outside the business as just a fan. Somebody that I actually really liked and respect. Behind closed doors. And yeah, I was super nervous when before I stepped through that curtain. So technically speaking, my first match though was for Lucky Pro, and so Mikey Webb, who is our current world champion, was obviously the world champion then. He decided that this night he wanted to issue an open challenge, but he specifically wanted to give a fan a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. and he called me out. Just schmuck sitting on the side watching the show. And mind you, I was probably less than 6 months of training, if not more, give or take a few days or so. I got the go ahead from my my coach, and we had the match. Scotty screwed me out of the world title because he was a special guest referee that night, and I got thrown out of the building as a gimmick to get fans to settle down because we had some riled fans in that venue. Thank God we don't go there no more. But
Wow. Yeah. That's hilarious actually. Oh man.
yeah.
Sometimes you could I mean there's been some pretty famous riots in WWE history at least, so it's probably a good idea to not get the liquored masses angry too much.
So luckily they weren't rioting. They were
You
just
got your next one
obviously
there?
boozed up, and they were getting a little too rambunctious with getting close to the ring, the hollering they were doing. It was, thank God we don't go to that venue because they did not care.
Yeah. Some people are just need to learn how to behave themselves.
Yeah.
So far, what is the coolest event you were a part of?
The coolest event I've been a part of, I'm gonna have to say it was Limitless Wrestling's Vacation Land. I think that's the name of the show. It was last year. I wasn't on the show, but I helped out work security for them.
The Vacation Land Cup was the best one you'd been a part of, and I was like basically just saying that was a great event for in general. You had Swipe Right versus the Hardy Boys. You had the finals of the Vacation Land Cup with Aaron Rourke winning versus some very greatly talented individuals. So I can certainly see why you would choose that over many things that I'm sure you've been involved in some way, some capacity.
Yeah, and like I said, just to be able to, help set up the ring, set up the venue, it
Has
was
anyone
really
ever tried
cool.
to
Oh,
Has anyone ever tried to get you to break character before?
no, not that I can say to. Um, no, I mean, there's been a few times where I wouldn't say they were trying, but it just kind of like, they said something funny and I crack a smile. Like, I want to say that would be breaking character. That's just kind of like, okay, that was pretty good. Um, Hell, even when we won the Lucky Pro Tag Team titles last week, AG was saying something funny on the mic. I can't exactly remember the joke, but it got both me and Vern. But I don't think we broke character. It was just like, okay, yeah, you're acknowledging that he's short and I smell funny because I'm a hunter. You know what I mean? Don't be smiling at that, JJ.
Oh man, AG is good at that though.
If you could ever wrestle anyone, who would it be?
If I could wrestle anybody, um, I'll give you three answers. If we're going current guys, I would love to work Border. We were actually supposed to work last year, 2 years ago. Something came up and he had to cancel. I think I ended up working Calvin that day, Calvin Dumont, if my memory serves me right. But I would love to work Border. Him being one of the top guys here in New England. I get to train with him at Nepwa. He's somebody that I really love and respect in this business, so I would love to tear it up with him one day. Um, I don't know how much time I have with this guy because who knows with the TNA WWE deal, but I would love to work Bear Bronson. He's one of the few guys I got on a very small list that I would actually have a death match with. Very small list, mind you, very small. But he's somebody I would love to lock up with, whether it's a death match or just a regular one-on-one. And then if you want to go a dream scenario, I gotta go with the Undertaker. If I could face the Undertaker just once, I would die a happy man.
Yeah, I mean those are three pretty good names. Obviously, this household definitely loves Mortar, and Beer Bronson has just always been a. Obviously he's really great in the ring, but he's always been super friendly. Him and his wife Gabby are just super friendly people. So,
A blessing of
and
people.
most people probably wouldn't assume that by looking at them because they're big and scary, but they're actually very approachable.
It's
Yeah,
so
they're really
wild
good
with
people for
Bear.
sure. So we definitely love those guys.
It's wild with Bear because, yeah, like you said, he is he's a teddy bear when you know him backstage, but once he gets to that curtain, my God, is he terrifying.
100%. And the fact that he was able to take over with the system and hammer out some big names there, that was super surprising. I was like, holy
Yeah.
God.
Will you and your partner Vern work on creating any special tag team moves?
We got some ideas. I'm not gonna disclose anything right now because I don't know if any opponents may be watching this. I don't want them to scout it and be like, oh, they're going for this. But we had some ideas. We're gonna be talking more and more as our time with the titles continue. So hopefully we can come up with something cool. But like I said, we got a couple ideas as is. We'll see if we can execute them in the time to come.
Awesome.
What was it like winning your tag team gold from two people? What?
That most people respect and admire.
Take two. Winning the tag title for Lucky Pro. I said it when I made the post. It's truly an honor because Lucky Pro I've called home long before I ever became a professional wrestler, and to do it alongside Vern, who came back after 7 long years of being injured, who is, I'll say, he might kill me for saying this, but he's a legend around here. He's a legend in New England. Everybody knows Vern. Everybody loves Vern. So to be able to win the tag gold with him and share that moment of we just did something that everyone doubted us. I know the fans that night didn't think so, but I know a lot of the boys are probably thinking, how the hell, I don't know if I can swear, but how the hell is a juggalo and a redneck going to get along and come out with the Lucky Pro tag titles? And we made it work, and I'm truly, truly blessed. And I know that's an overrated word to say, but it's a true blessing to be able to do this alongside somebody like Vern.
Yeah, and he's such a talented guy. So it's definitely. I'm just saying you could have had a lot worse tag team partners than Vern McCall, right? He's very talented. AG can call him short all day, but he is. But when it comes down to it, Vern is not short on talent, my friends. That's
No.
what I can say.
Not at all. Not at all.
What has been your favorite moment in wrestling so far?
That's kind of a loaded question because there's been so many so far. Well, for the longest time, and it still is to this day, I would have to say that first match I had with Lucky Pro, just because, the backstage of building up to that, the way that it got approached to me was really funny. Um, the way that we had to figure out what I could do was how limited I was at that time. I mean, I can tell you right now, all I did was I did a headlock and a shoulder tackle. That was my big moments in that match. You know what I mean? So that one was always that's probably going to be a big time favorite moment in my career and in my life as a professional wrestler. I'll give you another one. Probably when I won the APW tag team titles. Even though, let's face it, I wasn't that great of a heel. But just to take it off of guys like Monty and Jay, who are going up there here in New England, and to carry the titles for the short amount of time that we did. Wish we could get more out of that tag run, but I feel like the wrestling gods weren't shining upon that title reign. But it is what it is. But just to say that I won my first title in another promotion that I consider a home, I consider a place that I feel I connect well with the fans. That was a favorite moment of mine.
Winning gold everywhere. Those are pretty good moments in the history of someone's life, I would say.
What would you like to say to the kids who look up to you?
So before I answer that question, I just want to say it's been mind-boggling that I've had kids come running up to me now. Last week at Lucky Pro, I came out of the locker room to try to start selling merch, and I got hit with like a dozen kids asking for my autograph, which if you were to tell me that 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I would have called you insane. But it's an amazing feeling to have that happen to you. As for any kids watching this, I would just say, man, as this is going to sound crazy coming from somebody that didn't like school, stay in school. You don't get, I'm not saying go to college once you're done with high school. I'm just saying finish high school, because high school is super important. You got to get that diploma. You got to get that education. If you want to go to college, go to college. I didn't go to college. You don't need to go. But you want to work hard at anything and everything you do, whether it's high school, college, your 9 to 5 job, professional wrestling, whatever it may be. Always do your best. Always, always, always put your best foot forward. Give it 110% every day. And I'm going to give a little advice for if it's a case like bullying or something like that, because I was bullied as a kid for being a little different. It's hard to do at a young age, but ignore the noise, because that's all it's ever going to be. It's just noise.
Yeah, and those are very valid points. I mean, as a father, I tell JJ and the kids all the time, when it comes to high school, you got to finish. Doesn't that's just a fact of life. And when it comes to college, unless you're actually going to do something with that degree, you're trying to be a doctor or a lawyer or something, don't waste your money and your time. Quite
Yes.
frankly, you're better off being a plumber. You know what I mean? You got to make more money, and you won't have any student debt. You won't have to be paying it off the rest of your life. So
Exactly.
there's always time for that. There's just always time to go back and become a customer service representative for a phone tree. Okay, that doesn't. With all due respect to the millions of people across the universe that are doing it, it's not like some kids like, I can't wait to grow up and answer my phone calls every day.
Right.
So, there's always time to learn how to talk on the phone, guys. There's always time.
Yes.
So
But yeah,
they're
just
very valid points, and no, it works, man. It definitely works. So we genuinely appreciate the sentiment there, and for anyone being bullied, yeah, most people are just trying to get a reaction out of you. So if you give them that
yes.
reaction, it feeds the ego, and then they just keep doing it more and more and more and more often to get bigger and bigger reactions. So it's kind of a loaded topic these days, but it's definitely
Yes.
true that it is an emotional response to something.
Obviously, I'm still learning that, but I wish I definitely had that advice as a kid. Was just ignore it.
Agreed. With the gecko coming in doing his little hair flip. Whoop. All right, so that's all the questions we have for Gunnar today. Took about 49 hours extra than I thought it would, so.
We're still good. I got at least 10 minutes before I gotta hop on the other one, so.
We exactly. So it still irons out. Does Gunnar want to say goodbye? No? Gunnar doesn't want to say goodbye to Gunnar? Oh, there he is. Oh, so cute.
It's the better half.
Whoa, why you all on my grill, bro?
It's the far better looking
So
Gunner.
from all of us and Gunnar to you, that's fine. Oh my god. So from all of us and Gunnar to you, Gunnar, thank you so much for your time today, and we will see you on Friday, right? So.
Yes. Chaotic, baby. Cold Fury. Let's get it going.
He's always in my ear, man. Cold Fury. I always love when it's closer to home. It's so much closer to JJ's house. I can pick her up and just swing down to. Takes like 20 minutes or something. And if I need extra time, we can go to my aunt's house. She lives like 2 doors down, literally. All right, everybody. We will see you next time. And technically, the next episode that will drop will be Cash McGinnis, and after that, it will be Patrick Wheatman. So,
Wheatman.
Nepwa.